Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good boy. We are back in Gathforthnear. The summer festivities are over with. Have been over with for a couple of days now. We were able to get our horses that we wanted. And in addition, you see, we put on about a level. We were probably about this far into level 48 the last time we were adventuring, and now we're about a third of the way into level 49 too. I do apologize that we haven't got very many episodes up in quite a long time here. Part of that was the Summerfest going on and all, and being busy with that. The other part of that is, unfortunately, I had a fall at work and I tore my left knee apart. So I'm laying here as we speak with a big old metal and Velcro brace strapped around it. And I have to say that that happened about 2.5 weeks ago, and for about the last 2.5 weeks I've been laying on the sofa either hurting or sleeping off pain pills, one or the other. So I just haven't felt like playing very much. But we're going to do a little bit tonight. We are here in Gathforthnear. We have pretty much finished up everything that we can do up here other than the epic book. I'll go ahead and put it on the tracker just to remind us what we're looking at. That's the one where we have to go into the escort mission with Lorniel, and we have to go into the gates, find the key to the gates of Karn Doom. We do have one other quest up here from Fimreg over here. This is the only other one in this area that is not a fellowship quest or a raid. So let's see what she has to say.
A moment of your time.
Forward, hobbits far afield. Gnarlo, may I have a word with you? Master Elrond requests your presence in Rivendell on a matter of some urgency. His messenger did not reveal the reason for his summons, but said only that Elrond has need of you. It is most odd for a halfling to receive such a summons. Travel along the east road beyond the Trollshaws to the hidden valley of Rivendell, and speak with Elrond in his house. So we will take that one on. We will also be traveling further afield here in Angmar itself, in that we will be traveling to the southern and yeah, I guess down to the southeast corner will be the next place that we go. There is a dwarf settlement that y'all remember from where we were coming through, and there should be some quests and all available there. In the meantime, I believe I am going to go and see if we can grab, there's a stable master down here. Let's see if he has a ride to Rivendell. Actually, do I have one? I have returned to Rivendell, so why don't I just go ahead and click on it, and we'll take the fast track to go see Lord Elrond. So we'll join you whenever we arrive. Okay, we are back down here in the Trollshaws. Let's turn our little lantern on here. There we go. And as you see, it always kicks you out over here next to the guest quarters where Gimli and Legolas and Boromir and Aragorn are all holed up. Let's go ahead and mount up. We are going to ride down to the last homely house and see what Lord Elrond has that he needs to speak to us about. Hobbits far afield. I have not the slightest idea what that could be. I don't know if it has something to do with the Fellowship. I don't know if it has something to do with I know there the once you get down in the Inedwaith, there are ruins and traces of hobbits all along that area, but we haven't made it over into not the Inedwaith, down in the Gladden Fields in that area, you know, the areas that that Smeagol was from whenever the hobbits lived along the banks of the Great River. That's what I was trying to come up with. But we aren't nearly to a point where I think that should be an issue. let's go on in here, travel all the way on up, and see what exactly it is. I mean, I suppose it's possible that he could be wanting to send us down that way, but that's actually a much later volume. At which you take that, that's like the On the Trail of the Rangers. So let's go into his library and see what he has to say to us. Sorry, I landed on your table there. Barefoot, so I wasn't hurting it any, so it's okay. Somebody said you want to speak to me. You want to ask me some advice, perhaps. Let's see. Hobbit's Farfield. So it is about the Fellowship. That's good. Welcome, Gnarlo. I am pleased to see you well. This is a safe journey for no one, not even the doughty men or dwarves or elves, and for a halfling to come so far is commendable. A small company will soon be setting forth on a mission of great secrecy to combat the lengthening shadow of evil that spreads across the land. I am loath to speak in detail of their errand, but know that it would do great hurt to the enemies of the age if they succeed. Several of your people have chosen to be part of this company. Even now they prepare to depart. I ask that you aid these halflings with your preparations. You are of their kind and may lend them courage for the task ahead. You will find them in a room on the first floor of my house, the lodgings of Bilbo-Baggins. Aid them as you can, for much depends upon their courage. So we need to go talk with Frodo, Pippin, and Sam and help them with their preparations. Apparently Merry gets left again, although he's probably out flirting with an elf chick somewhere. If we all know Merry. And it kind of sort of, you know, with the elves being elf friends, with the hobbits being elf friends, it kind of makes a little bit more sense to them to be flirting with elves and all that than it would be for dwarves to be flirting with elves. And that's the last I'm going to say about my little sore point that I have with the second Hobbit movie. Let's go into Bilbo's room here, shall we? This is wonderful. Full HD resolution, running with all the graphics turned all the way up, getting 60 to 65 frames a second. And the sucker still won't run Flight Sim 10 faster than 30 frames a second. That just just goes to show you never know. Anyway, why don't we talk with Frodo here?
Can I take a moment of your time?
Hello there, Gnarlo. It's always a pleasure to see a fellow hobbit, and this far from home, too. I imagine Elrond was reluctant to let you know about the journey we are leaving on, but I think Gandalf might have had something to do with allowing it. He is very mysterious, as usual, but he generally has his reasons, even if we can't always see them. My Uncle Bilbo wanted me to write up some notes of his adventures so far for his book. So I took a walk to the sunny spot here in Rivendell and started writing up a few things. Before long, though, I found myself getting drowsy, and when I awoke I forgot all about my papers. I seem to have left them out there. If you don't mind, do you think you could bring them back for me? I was resting in the stone pavilion at the Imdolan Lookout, just north of Rivendell. You will find my notes there, I'm sure of it. Okay, so he is at the Imdolan Lookout just north of Rivendell. I think we've passed that a couple of times on our way out of the valley, heading up to the Misty Mountains there. I believe that's where we find Arwen at. Alright, Sam, what can we do for you? Okay. Last minute packing. A small bit of flint, spare cloth for stitching patches. What am I forgetting? Oh, bless me, I know it's something I'll be needing. Oh, hello there, Gnarlo. You've caught me in a bit of a pickle. Too much packing to do and not enough time in which to do it. Bad enough to leave something at home, what you'll be needing when you're strolling through the West Farthing, but worse when you're on a trip like the one old Mr. Gandalf has planned for us. Do you think you could run to the forges of Rivendell and pick up a few items from Graffin for me? I'll write up a list, of course. Now, what am I missing? So we're going to head over to the forges and bring Sam's coin purse to Graffin. Alright, last up, let's go over here and let's talk to Pippin and see what he and Merry are up to.
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
Hello there, Gnarlo. I'm afraid the company has enough hobbits for now. We outnumber each of the other races, you know. Although Merry says that Gandalf probably counts for more, whatever he is. Merry and I just got back from a nice long stroll around Rivendell, seeing the sights and keeping out of trouble. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I borrowed a splendid walking stick for our hike from Elrond's library. It was simply excellent. I wonder if he would let me bring it with him on the journey. Probably not. He didn't want Merry or me coming along, after all, but Gandalf put in a word for us. A wizard would know we wouldn't stand to be left behind. If you don't mind, maybe you could visit Elrond in his library and thank him for the use of the walking stick. Tell him I will come along and drop it off before we leave. Alright, so we have to talk to Elrond about the walking stick. And since we are still in the last homely house, let's go ahead and run upstairs and let him know at least this much of the preparations can be completed. There we go. You see, it's obviously not, well, I won't say utterly important parts of the preparation, but I guess in a way it is. It's helped put them at mind, help them to put them at ease, give them peace of mind. It's kind of like, Kevin Costner said in that baseball movie that I can't remember. It wasn't The Natural. That was the one with Robert Redford. I'll have to throw the title across here. The one where you had Susan Sarandon, who was it Tim Robbins, who was the young Turk up-and-coming pitcher that was wearing garters, and basically he was pitching better when he was wearing garter belts, and Kevin Costner said, if you believe in the magic, then it really works. Kind of here. If we believe and can get them feeling better, then perhaps it'll really work and be vitally crucial to the saving of Middle-earth. Alright, Elrond, here's your walking stick.
A strange fate brings you hither.
You say Peregrine Took borrowed a walking stick from this library. There's no such item kept here. Surely the young hobbit did not mistake the scepter of Illuminus for a common walking stick. I trust Gandalf without question, but still, I have reservations about Meriadoc and Peregrine joining the company. They are young and do not understand the dangers ahead. They will remain with the company, but I am displeased with the youngest hobbit. Peregrine should return the scepter. That need not be stated. Awesome. Just like a hobbit. Have no truck with kings, no truck with finery. Pick up the royal scepter that Aragorn will carry one day and use it for a walking stick. Just kind of puts it all into perspective, does it not? Alright, let's go tell Pippin that he needs to return his valuable walking stick at the soonest opportunity. Did I pass you? Yes, I did. Hello, Mr. Pippin, sir.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Did you thank Elrond for the use of that complimentary walking stick, Gnarlo? Rivendell really is a hospitable place, isn't it? The scepter of Illuminus. They shouldn't keep it in a place where people will assume that it's free for anyone to use, Gnarlo. Well, I will just bring it back to Elrond and say there was a little misunderstanding, and oh no, it's gone. I must have left it out there and forgotten to bring it back with me. Now that I think about it, I don't remember using it on our way back, Merry. So find the scepter of Illuminus. Why did we know it's not going to be as easy as all that? Where does he think he left it? Atop some large gray boulders near the forges. Alright, good. So it's a good thing that we're headed to the forges anyway for Sam over there. Ah, Pippin, Pippin, Pippin. What are we going to do with you? You know, in the Fellowship of the Ring, you tell them that If they didn't want you following the company, they were going to have to send you home in a sack. And you know, that's seeming like it might be a more valid choice every minute. Alright, we're going to mount up, ride over to the forges, and hopefully kill 2 quests here with 1 stone. And we'll see you when we arrive over there. Alright, we have arrived at the forges of Rivendell, and here is Graffin, the gentleman we need to talk to for Sam. Now, as we saw with Meriadoc, I am sure this is not going to be as easy as just handing over the purse. So let's see what items we're probably going to have to go on a scavenger hunt for so that we can give them to Sam.
What do you need?
Yes, I do have all of these items, but I cannot accept these coins from Master Gamgee. I gift these items to him as a member of the company that bears all our hopes and will brook no argument. Besides, I have little need for the monies of mortal kind. I give him these items freely and would give any member of the company all that I could, though it be in no way comparable to the burden each of them carries. Return to Master Gamgee and tell him that any items I have are his for the errand of Elrond. Well, what do you know? He actually didn't want me to do 1,001 different things. Now, Pippin said that he left the scepter somewhere on top of the boulders here at the forge. So, let's see if we can get around behind there and find the scepter. Assuming it's going to have to be, it'll either be in some easy location right down here next to it, or it'll have to be on part where we can get up there to them. And I think we can do that by swinging around here and coming up this way. This path here should take us around the back of the forges. And let's keep our eyes peeled and see if we see anything flashing and sparkling that looks like an unusual walking stick right there. So that is his unusual walking stick. Well, you know, it doesn't really look like what you would think with a scepter. There's no big jewel or anything on top to make it obvious, but this walking stick seems unusually ornate, even for taking walks around Rivendell. And we've now picked that one up. So all we've got left to do is go and find Frodo's notes, and we should be able to do that up the path over here. As I said, I believe the location that we are looking for that is right up the path here, going toward the Misty Mountains. It should be right at the top of this little part of the trail, and like I said, I think right up there next to where we find Arwen, so we can gaze upon her incomparable beauty once more as well. I've always had a thing for the smoky, sultry brunettes. Are you up there, dear Arwen? Let's see. Looking for notes. We're in Imdolan, so we have found the right place. Let's see if we can now find where he might have left them. Did he leave them all the way up here with you? Said he thought he left them here on the overlook. You've got a ring around your head, so I bet you have something to tell us about it now. Let's dismount so we can talk to you personally and correctly. And yes, she does kind of look like my wife. My wife is a little bit more dark and olive skin, but otherwise very, very close. The same kind of darkness. Smoky sultriness. Hobbiton to Rivendell. Welcome, Gnarlo. You are a long way from home. You have come for these notes. I hope Frodo is not upset at my having read them. He has weathered many adventures already, but I wonder how many roads still await him and the rest of his company. His uncle would need more pages than this to write of them in their entirety. He has come now only from Hobbiton to Rivendell. How many more pages will it take before he sees his destination? We all have our parts to play, Gnarlo. Men such as Aragorn, dwarves, even hobbits such as you and Frodo will have an impact on the great events of our age. Yes, even I have a role to play, though my time has not yet arrived. Return these notes to Frodo with my good wishes, and with my hope that he can return again to Imdolin when the errand of the company is finished, there to sleep once again in the sun. All right, very good. And farewell, my lady. All right, we are going to mount up. We are going to head back down the hill to the last homely house. And we will meet you again in Bilbo's room. And here we have returned to Bilbo's room. Let's come over here and talk to Frodo. Give him his notes back.
Hello.
With the blessings of the Lady Arwen. You found my notes, Gnarlo. Thank you very much for bringing them back to me. Though now that I look at them, they seem very short. How very different it was to live through these few lines. Do the elves feel this way, looking back on their long lives? How strange it must be. Does time pass more slowly for them, or more quickly? What must it be like to remember so much? I understand we will never be able to understand that, Gnarlo. We are simple hobbit folk, and that's what we will stay, I imagine. Thank you again for your help. I know that Bilbo will be glad to have these notes. Fantastic. All right, let us go speak to Sam.
Hello.
Here's your coin purse and your items, my friend. Thank you very much for buying these goods for me, Gnarlo. I wouldn't have sent anyone but an honest hobbit to do it, I don't mind telling you. I gave you enough coins, I hope. He wouldn't accept my payment. Well, that's queer and no mistake. Always pay for your goods, Samwise, and you'll never want for them, is what my old dad always says, and I've always done right by that. Elves are strange folk, putting such importance on us small folk, and them so great and noble. Still, thank you for running my errand. These goods will surely help me on the next. Okay. And Peregrine, here is your walking stick.
Hello there.
Just in time, Gnarlo. I will return this scepter to Elrond just as soon as I get a chance. I'm a little busy right now, but I will get to it sometime. I hope Elrond isn't too upset and that he still lets me go with Frodo and Sam and the rest of the company. Being left behind would be a terrible punishment. I wonder why no one sees it that way. Every time I say that to Strider, he just smiles and agrees, but I can't tell if he's just humoring me. Thanks again, Gnarlo. You can always count on a fellow hobbit when you're in need. All right. So two of them's mind is put at ease, and the other one, who didn't even know that he had anything to feel uneasy about, is now put at ease as well. Let's go up and speak to Elrond and let him know we have done our best by the hobbits, and that hopefully they will be prepared for the journey.
A strange fate brings you hither.
Thank you for helping the halflings with their preparations, Gnarlo. Gandalf says of your people that they have unseen reserves of strength and are stout of heart, and I hope that is true. Much depends on the success of the journey they will undertake.
Dark days are coming.
All right, forward, the fellowship departs. The time has come for the company to depart on their errand of secrecy, Gnarlo. As you have been of some assistance with their preparations, you may join the members of my household as we see them on their way. Tell me when you are ready to wish them well. Oh, awesome. Okay. Well, we will go ahead and take that one. That is the that's the forward to Volume 2. So we are going to hold off on that one because we want to finish Volume 1 first. Like I said, I'm doing the epic line, and I want to do them in the correct order. So we will definitely hold off on that one for right now. Anywho, we will call that an episode. I'm going to sit here and have a pipe of pipeweed, have a bowl of pipeweed with Mr. Elrond here, and just chat about Hobbit-y type of things. So we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Once again, apologize for having gone so long without a episode, and unfortunately, in a couple of weeks, we're talking to the surgeon, and there may be another little break there as well. So I'm going to have to see what happens, but we've got the next 2 weeks, and I'll try to get up 2 or 3 more episodes during that time. So we'll see you then. Have a good one, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.